Hello and welcome to Inchworm Gardens for 2024. My name's Jared. I live in Middle Tennessee, Zone 7B. It's a beautiful 50 degrees Fahrenheit out here. We just had a nice storm roll in. I want to just take a minute to make a quick video to reintroduce myself, reintroduce my garden space, and let you guys know what you can expect from this channel for 2024. So my backyard growing space is relatively small. It's about 30 feet wide by 30 feet long. It consists of 7 individual raised beds, some various planters and pots, a green stock tower which has 30 individual growing pockets in it, and I also take advantage of growing directly in the wood chip mulch around the beds. Pretty much everything I'm growing this year I've started from seed indoors under this simple grow light setup. I'm growing mostly annual plants because I like to have a fresh start every year and pick new seeds to grow each year. I do have a few perennials which I have in the garden, and a few of the plants that I grow reseed very easily, so they always come back every year, and I like to keep those guys around. So one of my favorite things about gardening is the sheer number of varieties that are available to us home gardeners in the form of seeds, plants that you've never heard of, varieties you've never seen in a nursery or a grocery store, but you can buy the seeds and you can grow them yourselves. So that is really fascinating to me. So that's something I'm going to be focusing very heavily on this channel for 2024, is doing a variety spotlight where I take an individual variety of tomato or pepper or something and I give more information about it. I talk about how it's grown, what it looks like in your garden, what it tastes like. So that's something that I really enjoy. Those are the type of videos I enjoy making, so you'll see many more of those and can expect many more of those on this channel this year. I'm also going to be doing regular garden tours so you can see how the garden evolves throughout the year from season to season. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I invite you to please subscribe to my channel and follow along on the journey. I hope you guys are having a great year so far, and I wish you best of luck in the garden. And if you'd like to stick around, I'm going to go ahead and give you the first garden tour of the year right now. All right, the garden begins right here with this gold flame honeysuckle. So this is a perennial. This is the third year. This thing just comes back every year, and it puts on these beautiful pinkish orange flowers, which haven't quite opened up yet, but they're on the way. All right, have a little trellis here, which I can grow some different vining plants up. Here's my first bed. This is usually my greens bed. I usually have kale and different greens in here. So here's a kale that overwintered from last year. So kale actually flowers its second year. So if you leave it in the ground, you'll get flowers and seeds the following year. So that's what you're seeing here. This is a cool variety. It's a feathered frills kale. Tastes really good and has these really cool, unique leaves. So I have some other, let's see, Mizuna and Tatsoi, little seedlings in here on their way up. I also have peas growing along the back, which I'll grow up this trellis right here. So this bed here, this is all reseeded from last year. This is a really cool flower called Honeywort. Beautiful purple flowers. I grew about 6 plants last year. It dropped all of its seeds, and that's what you're seeing right here. These all just came back this year. I didn't replant any of these. And the same with these nice yellow flowers. This is a green, I believe it's Tatsoi is what it is. So those reseeded, I let them go to flower because they're kind of the first things that flower for the year, and the pollinators really enjoy those, and it just looks very pretty. So I do have a cattle panel trellis here for vertical space growing. Definitely helps to take advantage of that vertical space. So here I have peas planted at the bottom. I have some radishes and various things planted here. But I really have not planted too much yet. Like you saw inside, pretty much everything is still in its seedling stage, and everything you're seeing here is either a perennial or just reseeded from last year, or just some weeds, which I keep around too, like these nice little violets. So here's some onion that's about to flower, another mustard, I think. Another tatsoi over here. This is my primarily perennial bed. I have some yarrow, some really nice bronze fennel, which is a great magnet for swallowtail butterflies and caterpillars, some hollyhock, some echinacea. These are all basically different types of flowers that are going to get real tall and fill in that corner of the garden. Over here I have a hops plant growing. Hops is actually a really incredible plant that you can grow in the garden very easily. It comes back from a rhizome, which is just a mass of roots there. It comes back every year. This bed is usually where I plant my tomatoes. Everything here is just volunteers, some cilantro. This is a mustard, another mustard. This is a cool love in the mist flower. Here's a, must have been an entire bulb of garlic that I forgot or left in the ground. And so I have a bunch of garlic plants all coming up there. Here's another little planter that I'll grow something up. This little trellis here. A big bunch of cilantro. This is where I'm going to be planting my peppers this year. I do have some rogue flowers which I'm keeping around. This is a bachelor button, another little mustard green. This is a cool green called sorrel, or bloody dock is another name for this variety. It has these cool red veined leaves and it has a lemony flavor. This bed over here, I think I'm going to be planting some okra, but pretty much everything you see here is just volunteers from last year. A lot of different flowers in here, so I'm going to keep them. The ones that I can identify, like this bee balm. And I think this is a daisy. There's some poppy flowers over here. But a lot of it is weeds, and so I'll pull those up as I transplant my seedlings. But I just tend to let everything grow and then pull it out when I need to. Here's the green stalk planter I was telling you about. So it has 5 rows of 6 planters, so that's 30 individual pockets. You can plant, different herbs. I had strawberries here one year. Last year I had basil and some micro tomatoes. So this is a really great space-saving thing you can purchase and grow if you don't have a lot of space. It's called green stalk planter. This is my little herb bed. I have some oregano here. Comes back every year, always very nice. I had another thyme here, it died, so I'll be planting some more herbs around here. I put in this little trellis this year. I'm going to be growing some cucumbers up it. What I'm going to do is just clear a little circle here and plant 3 cucumber plants in the middle of that ring there and grow it up this little trellis here. This little wire fencing you can do a lot with. Here's another cool project I did with the wire fencing, is we built this chicken tunnel, aka the chunnel. It goes all the way over here. It goes to this little tower here where chicken roosts. And it comes down here. And it kind of frames the garden nicely. So we did have 6 chickens. Unfortunately, the remaining 4 just last season were killed, unfortunately, by a predator that got into the coop, but we have since predator proofed it, and we should not have that problem again this year. We have 6 new baby chicks in the garage right now, getting ready to be moved out here. So it is really nice to garden with backyard chickens if you're able to have them. This little corner is our compost area. I built a little extension for the coop. I try to give these guys as much possible room as possible without letting them have full control of the yard. So they have quite a lot of space. Compost bin there. And there you have it. That's pretty much everything. One more little bed here. Put in this little bridge feature. Have some walking onions over here, some various plants. I did throw some seedling down, some chamomile and different things here. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.